What we have right here is the marksmanship fundamentals. This right here, recruits, is the bread and butter to marksmanship. Marksmanship fundamentals, recruits. You must apply each and every marksmanship fundamental that we have. I'm going to teach you what those are. In order to shoot straight and shoot good, and to qualify next week, recruits, you must apply each and every one of those marksmanship fundamentals. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, how many shooters, I went over this today, how many shooters here have shot competition before? Just competition shooters. All right, recruits. You have your own way of shooting. But recruits, that's back home. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
A lot of you recruits are taught by your grandfathers, your fathers, your uncles how to shoot. That's all back home. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
We shoot one way here. That's the Marine Corps way, recruits. That's what you're going to learn. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, recruits, in order to shoot straight and shoot consistent, recruits, you must have correct sight alignment. Sight alignment is probably the most important marksmanship fundamental that we have. If you do not have correct sight alignment, recruits, you will not hit the center of the bullseye, which is what we want to do. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, the tip of the front sight post, centered both horizontally and vertically in the rear sight aperture. Our rear sight apertures do not have these little lines here. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
These are here for instructional purposes only. Right in the dead center is the tip of the post. Does everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
The very tip. Right there. That must be centered both horizontally and vertically in the rear sight aperture. If you are aiming in any one of these positions and your front sight post is not centered, recruits, do not take that shot. Adjust until that front sight post is centered. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I will teach you how to adjust right now. Now, these wings protect that front sight post so it does not get damaged, bent, or broken. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's all these do. Those wings have nothing to do with sight alignment. Nothing to do. When we aim in, all we use is that front sight post. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The tip of the front sight post should be where at, recruits?
Center.
Both horizontally and vertically. Now, for those of you that do not understand what horizontally and vertically is, that is up and down, left and right. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, recruits, if I put my head on the weapon, on the stock of the weapon, and my sight alignment is looking like that, is that centered?
No, sir.
It's not. Is that centered?
No, sir.
No, it's not. What's wrong with this one? It's far to the right, correct?
Too high, sir.
Too high. All right. Now, if I put my head on the stock of the weapon and I see this, all I have to do, recruits, is adjust my head, adjust where my cheek is resting on the stock of the weapon, until I can see this. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Just keep adjusting. Play around with it a little bit until I see this. If you see this in your sights, recruits, do not take that shot. I'm telling you right now, you will not hit the center of the bullseye. This is 200 meters right here. A small sight alignment problem, recruits. We'll probably put you right about there at 200 meters. At 500 meters. That same sight alignment problem. We'll put you way out there. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
This is a 5, this is a 4, that's a 3, that's a 2. That's almost at the edge of the target. That's for a slight sight alignment problem, recruits. I think if we have a big sight alignment problem, what do you think is going to happen?
No, sir.
We're going to miss the target. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So, if our sight alignment is not correct, if it's off to the left, off to the right, we adjust our face. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
If it's high, if our sight alignment is high, if it's way up here, we're going to end up missing really high. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If it's low, we'll end up missing low. All right, what's the definition of correct sight picture?
Placement of the tip of the front sight post in the center of the target while maintaining correct sight alignment, sir.
All right, definition of correct sight picture. Placing the clear front sight tip, center mass on the target while maintaining correct sight alignment. That is correct sight picture. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If we can achieve both of these, recruits, if we can maintain correct sight alignment and place that tip, center mass on that target, and that tip remains clear, and we have a good zero, our shots should be dead center each and every time. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So long as we don't jerk the trigger or breathe improperly. Now, can I have correct side alignment or correct side pitcher with bad side alignment?
No, sir.
I can't, can I?
No, sir.
Aiming is basically it's a relationship between the front side post, rear side aperture, and aiming eye. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then placing that front side, the tip of the front side post, center mass on that target. That's all that is, recruits. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, some things about aiming. When we aim in, recruits, we have to use one eye and one eye only. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That will be our dominant eye. But most of the time, if you're a right-handed shooter, it's going to be your right eye. For your left-handed shooter, it's going to be your other eye. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, recruits, the human eye can only focus on one thing at a time. So while we are aiming in, recruits, we are going to have to focus on that tip at all times. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That tip must remain clear. It has to be clear, recruits. The target, the rear side aperture, is going to appear blurry or a little bit fuzzy. The tip should appear clear. The target should appear a little bit blurry. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Can everybody see that big tree out there?
Yes, sir.
Or pick one of those trees. I really don't care which one. Take your hand right here, place it about 3 to 4 inches away from your eye. Now, 3 to 4 inches, not 6 to 8 inches. 3 to 4 inches. Now, take your index finger and place the tip, extend that index finger out, and place the tip of your finger, center mass, in that little hole. I want you to concentrate on the tip of that finger. How does the tip of that finger look?
Clear, sir.
The tip of the finger should be clear. The target should appear what?
Blurry, sir.
And your hand appears what?
Blurry, sir.
Blurry. That's the same thing it should be at, recruits, when you are aiming in with the rifles. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, look back up here.
Aye, sir.
This part right here is the rear side aperture. This right here is the front side tip. This should be blurry. Tip should be clear. Target should be blurry. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
It has to be that way, recruits. It has to be that way. One of the biggest things that is hard for recruits to do is for them to trust their sights. It's for them to trust their sights. You have to trust your sights, recruits. All right. You have once you place that tip, center mass on that target. You have correct side alignment, recruits. You have to trust your tip. Concentrate on that clear front sight tip. You're gonna breathe and you're gonna squeeze that trigger straight to the rear. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That will be a well-aimed shot. Now, recruits, can anybody tell me what happens if we aim in too long? Start to shake, right? Our eye gets tired. Our eye gets tired. If you sat it up here and you close one eye and you held it up here for about 10 to 15 seconds, your eye automatically is going to want to start shifting focus off the tip of your finger to something else. Do you understand that? In the case of aiming, when we're aiming in right here, we're supposed to be focusing in on this clear front sight tip. What do you think we're going to start looking at? The target. See that? Which is wrong. We have to be looking at the clear front sight tip, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. To eliminate that problem, recruits, you fire your shot off in approximately 4 to 6 seconds, your eye will not get tired. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anything after that, recruits, your eye automatically gets stressed out. And the eye automatically wants to start focusing on something else. That something else is the target. It's going to be that target. Now, let's say this is my target here. If I concentrate on my clear front sight tip, I have correct side alignment, correct side pitcher, I'm concentrating on my tip, and I have a good zero for that weapon. My shots will be in the bullseye. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I aim in too long, or I start looking at my freaking my target more, my shots will be on the outer portions of the bullseyes, but not in the bullseye. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So next week when we start firing and you start seeing your shots everywhere around the bullseye, and you come up, say, sir, why am I not hitting the bullseye? What am I doing wrong? I want you to think back about Monday's class and say, you know what? What do you do, recruits? What should you do if your front sight, if your shots are hitting all around the bullseye? How can we fix that? What's that?
This side.
Concentrate on that clear front sight tip. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The clear front sight tip. Not the front sight tip, the clear front sight tip. Get that in your mind. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that, you concentrate on that clear front sight tip, all these shots will be more in the center of the bullseye. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
When acquiring the target, do you naturally look at the target first and then get correct alignment type picture? Yes. You have to identify the target which you're going to be firing on, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, once you identify the target, and you're getting ready to place that tip center mass, how are we going to go about that? Well, you can do one or two methods. You can put it center mass right here, and then you can muscle the weapon off to the right just a little bit and make sure it's centered, and then move it right back to the center. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Or you can bring it down. You can start from the bottom and then work your way up to the center mass. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Either one of those works. But once you place that tip center mass on that target, we must concentrate on what? On that front sight tip. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, not only do we concentrate on that front sight tip, but we have to make sure that we have what?
Clear front.
No, not clear front sight tip.
Side alignment, sir.
Side alignment. Okay, we have to remember, now we're concentrating on this tip, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we have to make sure that we maintain correct side alignment while concentrating on that front sight tip. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The human eye, recruits, our eye naturally wants to align the sights in the rear side aperture. We as human beings are the ones that mess it up because we want to be perfect, so we say, oh, it's not perfect. So we start moving our head a little bit. Trust your sights, recruits. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Trust your eyes. Do not second guess yourselves. We want to fire this shot off. How fast?
4 to 6 seconds.
4 to 6 seconds. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I want you to remember that number because that number is going to be used throughout pretty much all the marksmanship fundamentals. 4 to 6 seconds is a good number. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Anything longer than that, let's say I have the weapon in my shoulder for 10 seconds and I've been aiming in 10 seconds. If that's the case, recruits, just take the weapon out of your shoulder, right? Focus on something dark for a second, put that weapon right back in your shoulder, and then start aiming in again. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that will get your eye back in focus, and it'll like kind of fix your eye real quick, and you'll be good to go. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Here we go. All the way. All the way. 3 miles. 3 miles. 3 miles. 3 miles. You can hack it. You can hack it. All the way. All the way. Now here we go.